and welcome back to whatever the cinnamon toast fuck this is. It's been a couple years, hasn't it? Or at least it feels like it. A lot of things have changed in my life and your life, I'm damn sure. Um, and with my setup, I am I'm on my MacBook now instead of my old ass HP laptop that I used to use for college. And as if this channel wasn't enough of a shitpost, you may notice we're on a Google Drawing. So there's that. I also have a blue snowball ice. So um, I'm semi professional, I think. I don't know. So fans, a crucial part of our lives, especially for people like me who heat up like a goddamn baked potato in anything above like 70 degrees. So, as sort of a tribute, I'm here to rank them. I'm here to rank different kinds of fans today. This is a fan tier list. Let us start off with the mystical bladeless fan. Now, I've never actually tried one of these before. Great fucking start. We're starting off with something we've never even experienced and we're giving an opinion on it. I cannot wrap my head around how these things work. I just cannot. I'm sure there's an answer, and I'm sure it's not what I'm thinking because I'm dumb. They call me fool for a reason. But how the fuck? Like, it's bladeless, but how does air go without the blade? For some reason, every time I try to think about it, Brian, my brain just goes to, oh, there's tiny little blades in there. The blades just aren't on the outside. Um, and that might be right. I'm gonna look this up. A small brushless electric motor runs a tiny fan with asymmetrically aligned blades, which pushes air through a set of stationary blades that smooth the airflow. Exactly. So, it's a lie. If you don't have the blades on the outside, though, that does provide like a safety buff. We're not going to get our hair caught in it. That's nice. You know, it's not a safety hazard for children or anything like that. Though I have never tried a bladeless fan, so I can't really say. Who knows, maybe someday I might come back to this once I actually experience a bladeless fan. But I am going to have to put bladeless fans at a solid B tier. I think that's appropriate for something I've never experienced, but that has safety precautions, so to speak. The box fan. This actually looks almost exactly like the one I had before the one I currently have. This looks like the one I took to college with the knob on the right and everything. They're not super effective, but they are a lifesaver in a pinch. Like if you're in the hottest room in the house, like my bedroom just so happens to be, and you need that air blowing on you. You need that air circulating. That's what a box fan is going to get you. Especially if you pair it with an air conditioner. Because the way I have mine set up is I have like my air conditioner vent, but it doesn't get the cold air into my room properly. So I have to put the box fan in front of it to get the cold air actually to fill the room. Oh, and they're cheap. If you're in a pinch, you can get one for like 20 bucks. It's a lifesaver in a pinch. It'll get air on you, but it doesn't really cool you off enough. Um, I'm gonna put box fans at a solid B tier as well. They're classic, but not the supreme. Next up, we have ceiling fans. I'll admit that in my life currently, I don't experience a lot of ceiling fan exposure. We never use them around the house anymore. Especially because mine in my bedroom is literally hanging on by a fucking thread, and if I ever turned it on again, it probably would fall and kill me. So, for this tier list, we're obviously going to be talking about properly installed ceiling fans. I think ceiling fans also get bonus points for being interesting to look at. Your family is having like a conversation or something like that, and you can't contribute. Just lay back, look up at the ceiling fan. There's something so calming about just watching the blades go round and round. And just like the world, everything just keeps going round and round. I especially love this one in particular. It's very nicely colored. And when it comes to air circulation, it is pretty damn good at that. Like, it will cool down a room. I don't really have a lot of complaints about ceiling fans. Okay, maybe I do have one. And it's not necessarily for myself, but for those of you, for those of my viewers who are above like maybe like 6'4", something like that, I'm sure you guys are going to have a few complaints. I'm sure at least once or twice in your lives you have felt that your safety has been jeopardized by the large spinny thing on the ceiling. Like, wow, you can reach things off high shelves. Well, yeah, there's a lot of benefits to being 6'10", but there's also a lot of A tier. And up next, there's a possibility you're using one of these right now. Computer fans. Right off the bat, these are an S tier for me. They are like well, I don't want to say the unsung heroes because their praises are plenty sung, but they are 100% crucial to any PC or laptop build. They are 100% crucial to the entire operation, just as crucial as the motherboard. Oh, but fool, what about liquid cooling? What about all that? Well, you got a point. But this this is somewhat based off of my experience, my poor ass experience, where literally the highest tech PC I have ever gotten was an 8 gig laptop with a GeForce 1650 with the fans. I have never been rich enough to ever get any sort of liquid cooling or anything like that. Computer fans have been one of the unsung heroes of my life personally, and for that, I must pay tribute. Computer fans, S tier. Up next, desk fans. And sometimes, like in this one, they can be USB powered. Again, a lifesaver in a pinch. From my experience, they are not supreme. They are not save all, be all. You know, if you're having to sit in a 90-degree room, this thing ain't gonna do jack shit for you, except maybe keep you alive, keep you on life support. So, not the best, but pretty up there. Pretty good in a pinch. Right up there by your face. And the added capability of it being powered by USB, I'm going to put desk fans at a solid A tier. Oh, I also figure I should mention, so if you've been with me since about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I forget, you would know that I first used to stream these on Twitch. I'm kind of giving up on the whole streaming thing for now. I'm thinking I might pick that up again once I have a better following, and maybe once I figure out how to make this format a little more seamless when it comes to viewer input, I guess. So next up, we have the hand fan. Props for customizability, props for aesthetics. I mean, fucking look at this one. But I will say they don't do a lot for cooling you down, at least not in my experience. And of course, you have to exert the power in your hand to move it to cool you down, and exerting power isn't exactly something you want to do in a hot situation. So, again, props for customizability. Oh, and the portability. You gotta give it to the portability, especially if you can fold it back up. Portability, customizability, that's all fine and good, and it's useful in an emergency. Like, if it's all I have, I'll take it. But when it comes to the cooling factor itself, it's not all that great. I'm gonna put hand fans at a solid D. So, kind of along the same line as those fans, but not quite. Handheld fans. You just hold the fan up and it does the work for you. I'm gonna say these are slightly inferior desk fans. I don't remember them ever doing a lot for me. They're not really good at pushing any air at all because they're so small. Though I will give it props over the hand fan that, you just hold it and it does the work for you. You don't have to exert that energy. And again, if it's all I have, I'll take it. It's useful in a pinch. But I am gonna have to put these down there at D tier too, just because they are dog shit at pushing any air at all, at least in my experience. Ooh, up next we got a big boy. The industrial fan. These things are fucking epic. I love these things so much. I look at this and it brings me back to like really early and the really late days of elementary school. By really early and really late, I mean like September and like May when it's still like really hot out. And of course, a lot of the public schools I went to did not have air conditioning. So that was great. So standing in front of these things is like a fucking godsend. Industrial fans go at S tier. Okay, up next, we have these bad boys. Oscillating fans. I don't actually remember the last time I've encountered one of these, to be fair. I feel like I have very mixed opinions about it. Um, so oscillating fans. Yeah, I don't remember a lot about these. Really, all I remember about them is that whole thing where they. Obviously, this is a setting, like, you don't have to have it like this. But if you have the misfortune of having to rely on one that goes back and forth, it's like, it's just not even worth it at that point because you get like a milliseconds of breeze and then it's just like, what is even the point? Room circulation wise, that's probably really good, but me personally, I've never really noticed that drastic of a difference. I'm just kind of going back and forth at this point. Let's smoosh this oscillating fan down like a Goomba and put it at a solid C tier. Okay, second to last. Tower fans. They're nice and sleek. The ones that I can remember actually blew. I was about to say something a little bit sus. I'm gonna say it anyway. They blew super hard, and that's always good when it comes to cooling solutions. But yeah, from what I can remember, these are tower fans are pretty freaking cool. So I will put these at a solid A. And now, finally, in our fan tier list, we have fans of something. You know, fans of a sport, fans of a video game, fans of a TV show. Totally fucking no, I'm kidding. Fandoms are very mixed bags. It really makes me sad to see all the time, even if it's something that I'm not particularly into. I get really sad whenever I see comments about like, "Oh, I had to leave this fandom because the fans were horrible and did horrible things and bullied each other and all this shit." And I have unfortunately accepted that you're gonna see that in every fandom. There's always gonna be the bad apples, and in some fandoms, there's more than others. I have also seen fans do some really cool things, some really kind things. Think about fans of YouTubers and Twitch streamers that donate to charity streams. Fans of maybe a TikTok person that helps them get their cat home. I have personally seen that, and it reminded me that humanity is not completely doomed. So I feel like you get both extremes in any fandom with any collection of fans. So, fans, um, solid A tier. And there we have it. We have our objective fan tier list. We got computer fans and industrial fans in S tier, ceiling fans, desk fans, tower fans, and fandoms in A tier, bladeless and box fans in B tier. How fitting. Oscillating fans in C tier, and hand fans and handheld fans in D tier. There, that's the H tier now for hand. So yeah, that's that. I'm probably not gonna end up uploading another one of these for like another 2 years. However, I am very happy to come back to this. Quite frankly, I just needed the time, the inspiration, and the ideas. So, if there are any ideas that you have for any shitposty tier lists you want to see, the key is it has to be something completely mundane. We've done months of the year, furniture, and silverware. things you don't even think about. Tier lists for completely mundane things. That's what we're all about here. So if you have an idea for one of those, now leave it down in the comments. I will be happy to consider it. But thank you so much for giving me the time of day in the first place, and I will see y'all whenever I see y'all.